Rick Saratella here, back on location at the 2017 College Football Hall of Fame ceremonies, catching up with Amani Toomer, a very popular man here, Michigan man, and of course a Big Blue. Everybody wants to get your pulse of the Giants' current situation. And first off, Amani, let's start with Eli Manning and what you see personally from a talent evaluation standpoint, because there's a lot of talk out there that Eli's game is declining. But is it that, or is it really that the Giants haven't addressed this offensive line in a couple years, or is it a combination of the two?
I think it's mostly to do with the people around him. I think if you put Eli with a good offensive line, give him time, let him set his feet, let him feel comfortable in the pocket, I think he can perform just as well as he's always has. But if you're trying to get him in a situation where he doesn't feel comfortable, I don't think there's many quarterbacks that like to get hit in the NFL, and I don't think there's many quarterbacks that can play well. Now, I don't know if there's a slip in his I don't see a slip in his ball velocity or anything like that. I just think that, there's 20 guys on this team that are on IR, and I think that eventually, you're playing with the team that should be a preseason football team, because you don't usually go 20 deep on your roster. So it's a tough situation when other teams are playing with their first team and you're playing with basically the Giants are playing with a preseason team.
Things went sour real quick with the Beckham injury, then Brandon Marshall, then Sterling Shepard missed some action. Now, all of a sudden, the rookie tight end is like their top target. Mm-hmm. On top of it, honestly, Eli has to get rid of the ball in 2 seconds, which was kind of curious that they would put Geno Smith back there with the maybe poor pocket awareness. But more curiously was Davis Webb was inactive for the game. If you're trying to find out about the future, Geno Smith was already – we know what he is. Mm-hmm. We've seen his body of work. Yeah. Did you scratch your head like I did when Davis Webb was inactive?
I think everybody did, but that's one of the reasons why the inconsistencies. Probably the reasons why that the head coach isn't there anymore. So I think a lot of Giants fans, you can't snow job a Giants fan. They kind of know what's going on. You can't tell a Giant fan that Geno Smith is going to give you a better opportunity to win than Eli Manning. It's just you can't spit in a Giants fan's face and tell them it's rain. They can see right through it.
It's like everybody gets it except Coach McAdoo. So now, obviously, Coach Spags taking over, somebody that you're familiar with. Mm-hmm. How do you think the team will respond under his leadership?
I think Spags is well respected in that building. I think he's well respected by the defense. It's going to be interesting. He's had head coaching experience. I think he can. I think for him, it's an opportunity for him to win 2 or 3 games and try to keep his job. I think that's the goal for him, and I think it's going to be exciting for Giant fans to see a team that's out there with something to prove. They might not be in the playoffs, but they have an opportunity to have some sort of stability at that head coaching position.
Yeah, definitely an audition. Didn't really get a fair shake, in my opinion, with the St. Louis job, but I'm curious to know, being a Michigan man, Jim Harbaugh's name been tossed around a lot, and coming possibly to be a Giants head coach. Would you approve or disapprove of that message?
I'm really upset at how Harbaugh's been at Michigan. 1-5 versus Michigan State and Ohio State. Only beat Michigan State once last year. The rest of the times it's a loss. I think that he has not performed as well as I thought he should. Hasn't turned the program around. Him and Brady Hoke are neck and neck with in records, or maybe a game or 2 off. But he's a guy who hasn't won anywhere. And I know that if he comes to New York, you can't try and be something. You can't be a Bill Belichick. You can't be quirky like
Rex Ryan, the act where it's been all the time.
You can't do that here unless you win, and he hasn't won really anywhere, the big game anywhere, not high school, not college, not in the pros, nowhere. And you bring in a coach like that, maybe he'll win here, but I think his act will wear thin. I think his act will wear thin in San Francisco. They went to 3 back-to-back. They went to back-to-back NFC championships, and they fire him the next year. There's something went wrong there.
Very interesting stuff. Last one for you, just because you bring it up. How has Coach Harbaugh been with the alumni? Have you been back to the Michigan football program? Has he been receptive of having the alumni around?
Yeah, I haven't been around. No, I haven't. I mean, maybe some other people have, but I haven't. So I can't speak for what other people think of. But no, I haven't been back. I'm not upset about not being back. The fact that we're mired in mediocrity and accepting it changes that's not what I think of Michigan. I don't think of Michigan as a 9 and or an 8-3 team and being excited because we have Michael Jordan shoes. I mean, I don't care about the shoes. I don't care about the going to Rome. I don't care about any of that stuff. We are a also ran team in the Big Ten now, and it's embarrassing.
Well, there you have it, Amani Toomer, telling it like it is here on location at the College Football Hall of Fame. Thank you so much, Amani.